Hi, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My special guest today is Willie Hudspeth, a Denton businessman and president of the NAACP of Denton County. Thank you for being here, Mr. Hudspeth.
Thank you, Bob.
If you would please tell our viewers something about yourself, such as place of birth, occupation, education, etc.
I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. I attended the University of North Texas, where I attained my master's degree in education. And I work now, I have a business as Willie's Hudspeth Resale Store. And that's what I do most of the time, taking care of that.
Let me get right into this. The next Monday, January 16th, is a national holiday celebrating the birth of an American icon. Dr. Martin Luther King became the conscience of our nation when he used his impassioned voice and formidable presence to illustrate the inequality in our system of justice. I know that his "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963 on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial will resonate with all decent people for many generations to come. Mr. Hudspeth, that's the segue I wanted to use to ask you about your efforts to have a statue of Dr. King erected in Denton Town Square. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, Bob, I became interested in doing this in about 2000. And what I would like to do is have the statue there to remind me of how I should behave, that we're all in this together, that violence is no way to attain it, and you just have to be patient and deal with it, with the realities that you have before you.
Sure. Which governmental body would have the authority to make this happen?
It is the County Commissioner's Court. It took me 3 to 4 years to figure it out. They told me to do this, and I went and did it. I did this. I went to State Historical Commission because they told me that's what I had to do. I went to the, they said no. I went to the city, and they said no. And finally, I got, I know I have enough information to know it's the county. And all they have to do is approve us doing that.
And how much would it cost if they were to follow through on this project?
$35,000.
Okay, $35,000. And is it accurate to say that some people have offered to design and help pay for it?
Yes, they're not actually going to put the money up themselves, except for the designer and the actual person who erects it. They're willing to volunteer their efforts. But as far as paying for the other things that need to be done, we're going to start a GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe campaign?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you believe it can be funded without taxpayer money?
Yes.
And so what would the Commissioner's Court be deciding on?
First thing, when I go talk to them about this, Bob, I go every Tuesday and I talk about it. I have 4 minutes, so I talk about it every Tuesday. They have to put it on the agenda, but what they do now is listen to me, my 4 minutes, they say nothing to me, and they go back to business as usual. Every Tuesday for the last 5 years I've been doing that. To answer your question though, all they have to do is put it on the agenda first, because then when it's on the agenda, you have to talk about it. You can talk about it. Right now, only the judge is talking. The rest of them say nothing. And if you get it on the agenda, then everybody has to speak to it. And I plan to get enough people in that courtroom that will communicate to them why they think it's very important to do. Then we can go from there.
I understand that you've been also getting support for the project from some of the North Texas University students.
Yes, when I looked at the film, the tapes of what Dr. King went through, it was the youth. The youth did it. Well, I didn't really know how I could get them involved, but I was asked to speak at two different occasions at the University of North Texas. And the question was asked after I finished and telling them what my efforts had been over the years, what can we do? I said, simple. come to the meetings. School, board, city, county, just come and you'll start developing an interest in it and you work locally. So when I spoke to those two university classes at the University of North Texas, they said, we'll be there. And so they started coming. And sure enough, what I said would happen, happened. They start seeing things, they start hearing things, they got motivated. And they've made a couple of speeches, they were just very good. They're smart, very smart. And they're energetic, and they made these pleas, and it was just something to watch.
That's great. That's great to have when you have the younger generation on your side. They can be very active.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Denton has a park named after Dr. King. Is that where the statue would be placed?
No, it's going to be, we're trying to get it on the square. Because this all started when I was protesting the Southern soldier that's up there, that it be removed. People came by and said, you're just going to anger people by taking that down. And they told me it's a historical monument. I said, I know the history, but I don't like it. What about me? What about what I went through? So then they say, have something else added. Oh. Then you've accomplished something for your generations to come and the people here. No one's angry. It's there. So they've told me that whole square is a historical site. So to counter the argument about we don't want that there and it's not something that we want to happen, I said add something. So that's how it came about.
Would you like to say something about the NAACP in Denton County?
Right. When I took the NAACP over 3 years ago, became the president of the Denton County chapter, the organization stood for the acronym, or the words for the acronym is National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. What God has communicated to me is I don't have groups by themselves and say these are the ones I'm going to bless and they're the ones that I told to put here. It's everybody. So then we started doing by action and changing the acronym from National Association for Advancement of Colored People to National Association for All People. And we're trying to do that in our area. We're asking for members to come in of all races to help us accomplish that. We're in this together and we need to work and help each other.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add about your campaign for the statue?
I'd like to, for your viewing audience and anybody that this goes out to decide to come with me, join us and the college students at the Denton Commissioner's Court on Tuesdays. Any Tuesday they can make it at 9 o'clock. And just make an appearance, ask questions, give their views, but the main thing is to show up.
Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Hudspeth, for being here and for your efforts to keep Dr. King's dream alive. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Thank you, Bob.
Take care, and thank you for watching.